What's up, Pirates? Wraith here with AwakenedTCG, and today we're going to be playing a match with Kazuki Oden into Gecko Moria. So, one of the meta matchups. I think the best part about this is we have a whole guide on Patreon. If you go down to our link in our description, we just uploaded a full on, 1 hour video on Kazuki Oden, going over lists, going over matchups, how to play the deck, and just giving a whole breakdown, given these rogue decks, these tier 3, tier 2 decks, love that they do not get. So if you want to go ahead and check that on our Patreon, you can. But as of right now, we're going to be just playing this matchup here. So, we have our Oden, but it doesn't do too much into this matchup. So as far as the Perona effect goes, we just tossed it, and then we pitched a 5-drop Yamato in order to block out that attack, just to get us outside of that Perona range. And then unfortunately, our opponent hits a Great Eruption trigger, putting us down to 3 cards. So at this point, they are resource-wise way ahead of us. It really sucks when they Perona and then get a Great Eruption trigger, and you counter that out of the swing just to be able to get out of the second Perona range, which he doesn't even end up doing, obviously, because he's not in range. So he plays the Hogback, grabs the Gecko Moria, puts us in a really bad spot, but luckily we're able to take a life since we countered out the first one, and we were at 6k, so the Perona could not swing there. Now we went Hiyori, play another 5-drop, put us back at that sweet spot of 7k swing, 6k on our opponent's attack. So all these 5k bodies makes it really, really easy for us to, defend, because the Moria is going to have to attach 1 Dawn to each of these to get a swing off, which means in the long run, it kind of backfires, because a lot of the times you need to play on curve as far as your Dawn usage, or you're not getting, the most value. So we swing 8k here, and then 7k with our leader. He takes both. So we're in a great position. We're in such an offensive position that our opponent is definitely on the back foot here. So he goes Great Eruption. At this point, I'm thinking maybe he's gonna, play another Great Eruption or play Hina. I mean, he could have played the Hina and Absalom'd regardless, but maybe he was trying to search for something with the Great Eruption. I'm not sure. But we are not in a bad spot, to say the least. We have our 1 Dawn for Rad Beam, so in the case that he doesn't have another cost reduce plus a Absalom combo, we're in the clear. Oh, and so he just drops a Kuzan. So at this point, we're in a really good spot. We just have to counter out whatever he swings, and then that way we can Hody Jones the next turn, right? So we just give him, I think, the Rad Beam here. Yeah, it's a 2k, but the Ryuma is not a 2k. Hody Jones is literally one of the only bricks in our deck. So now we're in a good spot. We can actually Hody Jones, take a life, and not be, in a spot where we're actually going to lose the match. So it allows us to swing at the Kuzan and, be in a great spot, honestly. So yeah, now at this point, making sure we leader effect, attach our last Dawn, swing 7 at the Kuzan, and then we just be super aggressive here. There's no other point to not be aggressive. We want to be as aggressive as possible. Just to try to get rip cards out of his hand, get him down towards that 0 life range where we want him to be at. So we go 7 here. He counters that. We go 8. And I think he's going to take this. There's no way he gives 2. So he gives us 2 2s. And at this point, I'm like, well, we haven't used this Yamato effect. Let's swing 6 one more time. If we put him down to that 1 life range, that is our sweet spot. We can swing really big. As long as one of these units stand, we can swing really big next turn and be all right. So luckily, we have some counter in hand. We have the Izo live. So this Momo is actually a 2k. These Ryumas, I believe, I don't know, are they bricks? I'm not sure if they're 1k or not. But we give him the 1 there. I think the best part is just him having to re-swing. Right now, he only has 1 swing left, which means one of these 2 bodies is going to live. And more often than not, he's probably going to want to swing at the weaker body, just because it'll be easier to KO. And if he doesn't have a blocker in trash, Moria's never the play here. It's putting him in a very awkward spot. So, you know, we're kind of in a good spot here. So it looks like he's gonna Moria, Lucci, Suru into the Izo and pop it, which isn't the greatest play. I think there's a lot better plays he could have made. Gecko Moria probably wasn't the one play here, unless you have like a Borsalino. Even then, it's still kind of iffy. And at this point, we're debating what to do. I'm looking at the board. I'm like, well, we can go double Ryuma, but then that's gonna put him on, you know, split up the Don 3 ways, go 10, 10, 10. Everything that's gonna be in our hand is this 2K, this 1K, and 2 random cards that potentially could be bricks. And at the very least, they're 1Ks, which would put us at 10K counter, which counters out of 9. And if he just goes 10, 10, 10, we lose. And if anything, he can go 9, 10, 11, which would probably secure it as well, right? The 9 goes through, the 10 goes through, the 11 would have to go through as well. And I count up, I think at this point we're saying, okay, let's count up what is in our trash here, or what is in his trash, how many 2Ks, and it is a lot. I mean, it takes us a while to come up with the conclusion to just go for a game here. I think he played it a little too slow, a little too reserved. I think there's of that early grade eruption where he tried to search for something and didn't hit, which is definitely not a play you want to make. I think only very late game at 10 Dawn, and you don't have any other plays, is you pop it, see what you can find, see what you can dig out. But when you have 6, 7 cards in hand, and you probably have another play other than just going raw Great Eruption to look for that one card you need, I think it's better just to opt out of it. So here, our only option in reality is to just split up Dawn and go for a game, right? So I think we subtract 1 from our Oden swing and then +1 to our leader swing. And we go 11, 12, I believe. Yeah, so here's an 11K. And then this puts us at a perfect position to just, you know, go for a game. And we just have to, you know, deal with whatever it is in order to, you know, we just got to go for it. Like, we're not living another turn is basically what I'm saying. We don't live another turn. So we just kind of have to go for it. It's one of those turns, right? And luckily we were able to win. But it's, you know, a deck that just can sneak wins out like that just because of how aggressive it is, the amount of 7K swings this deck gets. It's scary, and you have to have consistent removal for those 5 drops. But guys, that is going to be the end of this video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, I have a full guide on everything this deck has to offer on Patreon. Go down to the description and click on that Patreon link, and it's just $10. It's just $10, and there's going to be a lot of content coming. I'm going to have at least 3 more guides this month, just this month alone, on different rogue decks, and you guys can leave comments down below what kind of decks you want to see me try out. You know, purple, yellow Croc, green, purple Dofi, you know, Hanya Ball, Kiros, like these leaders that just don't get no love just because off rip people think they're bad and just don't have enough testing done. Or it can even be a deck like Enel, you know, it's in the back burner, people don't give it respect. Maybe there's something we can cook up, right? So let me know down in the comments below. But with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.